A deadly trend in Edmonton, the city confirming that 4 houseless Edmontonians have died in fires since October, with one dying in an abandoned building earlier this week. With an estimated 1,200 Edmontonians sleeping on the streets, Edmonton Fire is hoping to prevent another tragedy.
This really is a social problem. It's people seeking shelter. It's not very often associated with malicious crime.
Deputy Fire Chief Rob McAdam finds it difficult to discuss. Edmonton's vulnerable, falling victim to fire-related deaths as the months grow colder.
And people experiencing homelessness are seeking shelter where they can most easily find it, and no one can blame them for that at all. The problem is these properties don't have utilities. They don't have working smoke alarms. And quite often, the vulnerable community members are using open flame sources to try and gain some heat.
In the coming weeks, Edmonton Fire Rescue will be engaging with the vulnerable community, hoping they can provide insight on the challenges.
Fire code it's not written to or applied to people that don't have what we would traditionally consider a home or a house.
Adding Edmonton Fire will be working with police and social agencies, as well as heeding lessons from other parts of the country.
This isn't an Edmonton exclusive problem. It's not an Alberta exclusive problem. It happens in other municipalities across the country, and we're reaching out to also across the country to see what good practices that have been developed.
2 recent fires have been in Chinatown. The executive director of the Chinatown Business Association, Wen Wong, tells me with a concentration of social agencies in the area, the neighborhood is facing issues.
We also had 2 explosions, propane tank explosions. So because I understand probably is weather is getting cold. We have a lot of weekend buildings. The Miller Pub was one of them.
But fires aren't the only concern for this group.
More or less, give or take 300 needles monthly. According to our data, around 100 bags of litter every month.
He tells me the business association is working with social agencies, acknowledging a need for both permanent and temporary shelter space available 24/7. But Wong says while there are beat officers patrolling the area, that needs to be increased, and he's calling on social agencies in the area to be more proactive.
We have many bylaws in place already. This is how city enforce those bylaws.
In Edmonton, Darcy Ropchan, City News.